Hey there, hi everyone. Welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and thanks for spending some time with me, and I hope you enjoy this compilation of some of my favorite holiday videos that I've ever made, and I want to wish you a happy holiday season from me, from Mr. LeChic behind the camera, and from our little dogs, Arden and Cornelius, who put on their little outfits just for you, and I hope you enjoyed that. I do want to let you know that we currently have a consultation sale going on. It's just in time to get your home straightened out for the holidays, and they also make great gifts now through December 7th at midnight. You can check out all of the information in the description box down below or go to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. And I would also lastly like to say that you will see cameos from some of the pets that we have lost, our Linus and little Albert, in these videos. And I hope you enjoy seeing them as much as I do, and it was a difficult one to edit, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and the holidays are right around the corner, and in this video I'm so excited because we are talking all about Christmas decor, tacky Christmas decor that everybody secretly loves. Okay, I know I enjoy it. Arden loves it too. Well, not that he's had very many Christmases because he's had none, but he loves it. Tacky Christmas decor and what to do in your home. Now, the first thing we have to talk about is a classic, a staple, a timeless Christmas element that some people think is tacky, but I personally enjoy, and that is colored lights. I love colored lights. However, there is a caveat, as there always is. Modern LED colored lights are very blue. They're very blue. They're not like those old school, Christmas lights that we grew up with. Okay, they are super cool toned, and they don't have enough pink in them. They don't have enough red in them. And I need a little bit more of that. So a vintage strand of colored Christmas lights is my best friend. I absolutely love that. With that said, I use LED lights. I just keep like a white LED light on my tree and keep it classic like that because it's so hard to find colored lights. The string of lights always goes bad, you know that. But I don't like colored LED lights because these companies need to get it together. They need to figure it out and how to make them look like actual vintage colored lights. Now, the idea of vintage colored lights I think is great because you can actually decorate your home around that concept. If you have one or two strands of them, I can put white LED lights in my tree, a warm toned white LED light in my tree, and then filter in or layer in a strand or two of colored lights, and I can use them when I want, or I can have it be all white, whether you have a real or a faux tree. Actually, what is going viral on social media right now are all sorts of life-size, or not life-size because a Christmas light is like this big, but they're like oversized giant Christmas light decor you can use, whether that's stringing them together and hanging them outside or just placing them indoors. I think that's interesting. It's fun. That's what Christmas is all about. It's about having fun. That's what you should be doing with your decor. It doesn't have to be so serious, but I don't like LED colored lights because the tone they're giving, the colors they're sharing, it's not the vibe. It's not giving Christmas energy. It's not giving me nostalgia. It's giving me blue LED lights on my Christmas tree, and that's not the energy I need for the holidays. Speaking of the energy I need, great decor, beautiful homes is the energy everyone needs this year. So give the gift that keeps on giving, a consultation with me. An interior design consultation is the perfect gift for the holidays, and they're also currently on sale now through November 29th at midnight. You can get $50 off of a 30, 60, or 90-minute design consultation with me using the link in the description box down below or going to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. We can discuss any and all of your design and decorating needs, whether that's some great holiday decor or that renovation you're working on. Are you buying a new sofa? Let's talk about it before you spend the money. So book now to get that savings and check out the details of the sale in the description box down below. Now, I mentioned nostalgia for Christmas, and nothing is as nostalgic at Christmas time to me like a specific color, and that color would be red. Groundbreaking, I know, and I look so good in red too. Red for Christmas is essential. It is a must. I am tired of seeing an aesthetic Christmas. I'm tired of a pink and teal Christmas. That's not like holiday to me. That doesn't give me that like classic, timeless, comfortable, wonderful Christmas. I want to see red. And you can use red in so many ways. I don't use red in my normal decor. There's not much in my house that is red all year because it's a very bold color, it's a really rich color, it's very saturated, it's a little bit too vibrant and lively for me. And I know that's weird to say it, but red as a color has a lot of spirit and life behind it, which is why it's perfect for the holidays. I like to bring red into my home through accessories and decor during the holiday season, and no matter what the style of your home is, you can use it in an interesting way. If you have a more traditional style home, well, that's great. You can use it in a more traditional way, like get some red ornaments, get some ribbon to put on the tree. That's great. You can see I have this great blanket here. I love to use a throw blanket like this during the seasons to drape over a piece of furniture, yes, but so many of my clients that I meet with, they have pets, they have cats, they have dogs, they are always looking to protect their furniture a little bit. And so many times I see people with blankets draped over a sofa or on the seat. This is the perfect thing for you. Get a bunch of these blankets. You wash them regularly, so you know everything is nice and clean all the time, but you can change them out seasonally to match your decor. Something like this is perfect, no matter what color schemes you have going on in your home. For me, I love blue. I have a lot of it. So you can see there's a little bit of blue in this, and it works out beautifully. It layers nicely. But red is such a classic, a timeless staple. And if you have a contemporary home and you're like, what do I do for the holidays? Like, how do I decorate? Maybe I just shouldn't do it. Don't give up on it. Go minimalist with some of the things. Like, you don't have to get a ton of ornaments on your tree. You can get a big, oversized, beautiful green tree with lots of lights on it, and that's beautiful. Then just sprinkle some red accents, some beautiful red velvet ribbon oversized into it. That's enough. That's good. And then start incorporating some pops of red here and there throughout your home. It immediately feels festive because red is an iconic color for the holidays, and it actually feels very chic and very modern and very interesting. But if you have that traditional home, we're expecting to see a little Santa here or there, a little animatronic figure or something like that, draped in red. Red is such a classic, and I'm so tired of seeing the aesthetic Christmas. I don't know about all of you, but nothing says joy to me like color, like life, like vibrancy for the holidays. And the aesthetic Christmas doesn't always have that. So red, I think for the holidays is a key. It's an essential. I have to have it. And I'll also bring in some of my favorite colors. You know, I'm a blue person, so I like a Wedgwood blue, a sapphire blue. I'm bringing them in. I'm bringing little bits of crystal into my home. That way I get a little sparkle, a little glamour, but I also want that classic detail, that timeless reference point, because that's what Christmas is to me, and that's what it should be to you. It's all about creating that holiday magic, and the aesthetic Christmas, I just don't know if it always has it. The point I want to make to you about the holidays is that it's already a very expensive time of year, right? If you're giving gifts, you got to buy those. If you know, if you live in a climate that's cold, it's even cold here in Las Vegas right now, relatively speaking. But, you know, I mean, I got the energy bills, the heat is on, we got a lot going on. You're plugging in the Christmas lights, that's using energy, the bills are high. Do a DIY. Do a DIY, save yourself some money, create some memories. I love that for the holidays. I love a DIY. I love doing a DIY myself, but if you've got kids and grandkids, do a DIY. Do a DIY. That's creating memories. It's so much fun. That's what Christmas is all about, the nostalgia of it and being together. I just absolutely love that. So I'm gonna do a DIY myself, whether or not I have any kids to do it with. I'll do it with Arden, okay? I'll do it with Cornelius, all right? I love that. Last year, I made life-size toy soldiers, and I've always wanted them my entire life. I've always wanted like a giant oversized toy soldier figure, and now I have it. And I love it. And I made it myself. I went to Home Depot, walked around, looked at the aisles, looked at what they had, looked at some DIY tutorials online, and came up with something creative that I could do myself, and I did it. And I absolutely love it. And that's how you really get a lot of impact for your money. Go on social media and see what other people are doing for DIYs. There's always something that's viral, that's trending. This year, it's like the giant oversized bow. People are doing it. They're taking like a pillow and wrapping it. I think that's a little bit much for like the top of a tree, but I would definitely do it somewhere else. And if you're on a tighter budget, DIY everything, okay? A pack of paper doesn't cost that much, and you can make ornaments, you can make garlands with it, you can do all sorts of stuff. You can fold little origami shapes and turn them into ornaments. I find that if you're making something yourself, it tends to be a little bit more sentimental. And if you're doing something like using paper, well, that's a sustainable material. right? So, you know, it breaks down, you can get rid of it, you can keep it for years, it's fine. Something else you can do that is sustainable is look for vintage decor, great vintage ornament. There's all sorts of things out there you can get creative with to make the holidays special without having to spend a ton of money or really doing a lot of work. I mean, if you're like folding snowflakes and making them, that's super easy and simple, and you just like glue them together, there you go, it's a big strand of garland. That is so wonderful and great. Something else that is special is the gift of giving, and this year I'm giving someone a special gift early, and that special someone and that special gift is Arden, and this is the gift. And this is the special someone. He has his little Christmas hat on, don't you? Oh yeah. Oh gosh, we're in trouble. We're in danger. Oh yeah. Someone does not love his hat. This is Albert's hat. This is, well, it was Albert's hat. He also did not like to wear it. And I used to put it on Linus too. I'll take this off of you. But this is going to be Arden's first Christmas. His first Christmas. He don't know what to make of it or what to do. But what he does know that you should do is hit the subscribe button and join us. Yes, become a part of our LeChic family. And I think that both I and Arden would greatly appreciate it if you gave this video a like. What do you think about that, Arden? You're not going to speak to me because I put the hat on you? Here, but I'll give you this. I'll let you play with this. You like that, don't you? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Here you go, Arden. You can go and play with him. Okay, Arden is playing with his little toy here, but something else we have to talk about when it comes to a DIY, this is the next thing I absolutely love for the holidays, very nostalgic for me, is wrapping your artwork. I'm not a person that is like, I have to have a piece of Christmas decor on every surface, we have to cover the whole house and do all of this stuff. I would rather see more impactful things than just a lot of small things. So something my mom used to always do that always sticks in my head that I always remember is she used to wrap all of the artwork in the house. She would wrap pictures and photos, and she would just wrap them in wrapping paper and put ribbons and bows on them. And it always was really fun because we got involved in it, we did it, but it's something I'm seeing become a little bit more popular, like trending this year, that I'm very excited about. Now, I'm not seeing less people do like wrapping paper around their artwork and more about ribbons, because this year the bow is trending, it is viral. Every bow DIY out there imaginable, people are doing bow garlands. They're making giant bows. They're wrapping their front doors in with like a big giant bow instead of a wreath. Or they're also wrapping like cabinetry in with bows. I kind of eat it up. I kind of live for it because it reminds me of something nostalgic from my childhood. So doing something with your artwork is a great way to get big, impactful Christmas decor without buying or spending really any money. All you need is ribbon. Big, oversized velvet ribbon. You can pick it up on Amazon. You can go get it from a craft store. I think it's fantastic. If I don't want to put the ribbons on my artwork next year, I can recycle them. I can make them into bows and put them on my tree. I can do all sorts of stuff with it because it's just ribbon. It's just ribbon. Or you can actually keep them in theme with the artwork itself. I saw someone do this with black velvet ribbon, and it was so chic. It felt so sophisticated in their home. I love that. Even though black is maybe not a color for the holidays, it could still be very interesting. But red ribbons, if you are that pink and teal girl, okay, I know, I get it. If you like it, you like it, and you should do it in your home because I don't live there. It's not my Christmas spirit that has to be in the home. If it was a Christmas spirit, it would be like the Nightmare Before Christmas spirit. Because I am a Scorpio, but that's beside the point. Bows are really in this year. People are doing like bow trees, they're doing bow garlands. That's so interesting and an easy DIY also. Wrap your artwork up though. Get like, if you are that aesthetic person, go get some like brown craft paper, wrap your artwork up in it, and do coordinating or matching ribbon or whatever in your home. That's wonderful. I think that's amazing because it also neutralizes a lot of the decor in your space. It's giving brown paper packages tied up with strings energy, and I love that, but it also neutralizes all of the decor in your space. And that means that the little bit of Christmas decor you do bring out stands out more and it looks more impactful, which I think is also really nice. For the holidays, I also love an oversized figure of some sort. I'm not the biggest fan of like an inflatable or a blow up, you know, in front of the house or whatever, because they always make sound, there's noises there, there's lights there. I mean, you put Christmas lights up, so like that's outside your house too, but that's beside the point. I mean, as long as it's okay in the neighborhood and if it really makes the kids happy, then let's do it. But for me, I'm looking at like giant or oversized decor. And I think a lot of the home improvement stores as of late have been doing a good job with it, where it kind of like assembles or it stacks and it's like a big solid figure. I think that's great. You know, I did my DIY toy soldiers that I've already talked to you about, but they're giant, they're life size. One piece of big decor makes a bigger impact than lots of little decor everywhere. I'm actually gonna put together an entire like curated section of my Amazon storefront with really great holiday decor, including my favorite greenery. So be sure you head to the description box and check out my Amazon storefront linked there. But I think an oversized piece of decor is great. And that references back to like, you know, wrapping your artwork in wrapping paper or ribbons and stuff. Like, imagine this big painting behind me. If I wrap this whole thing, it's going to be really big. It's going to be really impactful and it's going to stand out a lot. So that's one big piece of decor, and all it cost me is like just the spare wrapping paper from last year. I can wrap it up with that and I'm good to go. That's what really makes the big impact, is big decor, not a ton of little things. Plus, when you have a ton of little things, you need all of the boxes and this and that. You got to wrap them all up and put them away. With a big piece of decor, you just keep the box it came in and it disassembles, you put it back into it, slap it into the basement, the attic, the garage, and it's good to go until next year. Put it in the shed outside. I don't have a shed, but maybe you do. You can also get like a vintage blow mold. I think that's great too. And it doesn't have to be outside. It could be indoors and it really serves that purpose. So look for these oversized figures to bring into your home for Christmas and the holidays. And I know that's kind of a lot, like, whoa, it's like a big oversized thing, like where am I gonna put that? But get creative with your storage, and maybe we downsize a few other things to make some room for that, because it's less decorating, more impact, and it beats having like a big inflatable outside when you can have something really big and statement like inside, which I also think is very fun. Something else I think everybody needs for the holiday season is, you know, meaningful decor and accessories, decorations. I think nostalgia is so important at this time of the year to remind us about what the season is really about. It's not about buying a ton of decorations or spending a lot of money on this and that. Like, we get into this consumerism thing during the holidays. That's really not great. It's all about the memories. It's all about the memories you're making and having. And I think you do that through the decorations you bring into your space. It's not about the aesthetic Christmas or it being absolutely perfect. You know, if you look at what major designers are doing and bringing into homes for the holidays, it's beautiful accessories, beautiful decor. They're also going to infuse that with nostalgic items and things their kids made, and they're going to use that there too. Like, sometimes they'll maybe use like a dried fruit or something. I'm not bringing produce into my home as decor because it's giving bugs, and that's not the energy I want for the holiday season. Beside the point, they're going to curate their Christmas decor around their personal style, but then they're going to layer in sentimental and meaningful things. It's not about an aesthetic Christmas, okay? Christmas is about joy, it's about fun, it's about family, it's not about being the aesthetic girl who's posting the picture on Instagram. I love that fantasy for you, and if you do it, tag me, but that's also beside the point. You can do so many great things to incorporate your holiday decor into your personal style, but make it meaningful, and I think that's really the idea to keep in mind. There are so many different things you can do, and every year, my holiday decor has a little bit of meaning behind it because I look at what I already have and I challenge myself to come up with something new or use it in a new and inventive way. Like, I spray painted hundreds of ornaments one year to match this perfect Wedgwood blue color, and then last year I did a DIY with my giant toy soldiers, and this year I'm gonna do something different. But what is it that you're doing? What can you use to create something new? How can we decorate our homes without spending a lot of extra money that we don't need to? Because I would rather give amazing gifts than just spend all my money on decorating. And I think that's something to remember also, that it's all about family, it's about connection, it's about being together, not just about, oh, let me put out a little bit of decor and do this or that. No, it's about the connections we make and the memories that they have. That's what's really meaningful when it comes to your decorations and your decor. And maybe that means you buy something that is very nostalgic. I actually just saw something on Facebook Marketplace, an animatronic that my mom has. Well, she has it in Florida and she doesn't really decorate with it. It's in her attic, but maybe I could buy myself the same thing and have those memories once again. And maybe that's something I'll do. Probably get online and go back and look for that. But beside the point, that's what the holidays is all about. It's all about the memories. It's all about the joy in the spirit, not just the aesthetic photos for social media. Well, there you have it. Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and oh my goodness, everyone, we have got so much stuff to do. The holidays are here, the Christmas energy, the spirit is amongst us. Father Christmas, sweetie, how are you doing today? We have got so much decorating to do. I've already got a tree, it's already got its lights on. We're about to light a fire and get to decorating and setting the mood. Let's head downstairs and let's get to it. Okay, everyone, we're at a semi-standstill now. We've got the whole like garland on the mantle done and the garland on the staircase done. So cute. I also did it on my piano. You haven't seen that, but I'll show it to you in just a second. And I did a little something in the dining room also. We're at a bit of a standstill with the tree because I'm waiting on an Amazon delivery to come today. So I really can't do anything until that gets here. As far as the tree, plus I'm gonna have lunch because I'm getting a little bit famished, if you know what I mean, Christmas decorating and all that. But we have to talk about the DIY, the moment, the girl, the thing that is like redoing Christmas, making it over. I know I look insane with this clipped right now, but that's not the point. Now, if you've been following me for a little while, I think last year I was on Instagram and I was like, oh, I really want to have like life-size toy soldiers because I love them, and everybody was like sending me these nutcracker things, and nutcrackers are literally evil. I don't like them. Like the teeth freak me out. Like imagine you just see somebody on the street walking around like absolutely not. I don't care for that. So I'm making toy soldiers because I cannot find any in the United States. I can't find anything that are less than like multiple thousands of dollars. So I am just gonna suck it up and make them to replicate the ones that are on my mantle. And this is how I'm doing it. I actually found 2 tutorials that I'm combining online, and I'll link both of them down below for you. But basically you take these 5-gallon buckets and lids. This is 2 of them upside down, 1 for his hat. This is a planter and a piece of cardboard for his little kind of hat visor. And this is pipe. This is clean outs for pipes. This is a 3-inch pipe and a 4-inch clean out that slips over the top. And his legs are 4-inch pipes also, but you can actually do this a little more affordably if you take 2 more of these buckets and then paint legs. I just didn't want to do that. So I'm currently spray painting all of the body parts of his friend. And this I pre-assembled just to make sure it was going to work and I could do it. And once the base gets on, he'll be stabilized enough that he could stand on his own. But are you actually doing that right now? Oh, in the middle of the room, he's just standing here. I love him so much. And he looks great. He is so cute. Actually, let me go get your little inspiration. Okay, so here is the inspiration. I bought these at TJ Maxx probably 2 years ago, and they actually have a version now that I'm gonna see if I can link for you. But look at him, his little hat. He has no face, he has a mustache, and then the red, white pants, black boots. So this is the life-size version of him. I'm so excited. I wanted to do this for years. I wanted to have these, and like there's a major like viral thing right now where people are making nutcrackers of this. I'm making toy soldiers. I love it so much. So we have to get all of that done, spray painted, put together. I've been spray painting for the last 2 days and we're almost there. So let's get this guy all assembled. goodness, everyone. Every part of my body is aching and stiff. Yes, I filmed this over the course of a couple of days because it took that much effort to get all of this going. We went for a Toyland theme. I did a major DIY. Oh my goodness. It's giving Christmas energy. It's giving you better watch out, you better be nice, and you better watch your back because I'm a snitch and I know Santa and Rudolph bites. That's the Christmas energy in this household and I'm so happy to have it going on. It's getting late in the day. The sun is about to set, so we're actually gonna go relight the fire that I let go out and put on a Christmas movie and enjoy our holiday. I hope you all have a great one too. And hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video we are talking all about some tacky Christmas decor and what we can do instead. Christmas is already a very expensive time of the year, and we don't need to add to that by buying a bunch of tacky stuff we don't need, so we have got a number of things to talk about. Let's get into the video. The first thing we're talking about may trigger some people, but we're talking about the big inflatables in the yard. Now, I talked about this in my tacky fall home decor video, which you should definitely check out. And a lot of people may not have liked the delivery, but no one could fault what I said. And what I said basically was that they're big, they're overwhelming, they're expensive, they have a lot of moving parts, and they can break often. Now I know that kids absolutely love them, and I love that for kids, but I don't think you need to necessarily buy something like that. That'll be good for a little while, maybe you get a few years out of it. What I would recommend instead, if you have kids that really love it, the holidays, and they want to get involved, is get them involved. Get them out there in the yard, putting up Christmas lights, maybe not like hanging them on a house, but you know, those big netted ones you can put over bushes. Kids love that, sticking stuff in the yard, that's all fun. And then maybe you make a routine out of it of who gets to turn the lights on or something like that, instead of opting for a big expensive inflatable in the yard. If you're gonna bring in an oversized item or anything outside of your home, make sure it works with the actual size of your house and that it's not overwhelming everything else you already have going on. Something else that I just don't love at all, let alone for the holidays, but I feel like we do feed into is like mass marketed, mass produced junk, just stuff that we really don't need. You are so much better off having something that's handmade or crafted, created, even if it's through an artist, or if you just make it yourself, get your kids involved in doing that, because that is like creating a memory and decorating your home. So get online and look at some DIYs, some crafts to get the whole family involved, and look at maybe upgrading some of the things you already have. If I'm changing out my color scheme for the year like I am now, I start addressing what do I have, what does it work with, is it worth saving, can I upcycle this? Maybe you paint some ornaments or a little accessory and decor, and then all you have to bring in maybe is some new ribbon or something. You can switch up what you already have by using what you already have. So don't feel pressured to go and buy a ton of new stuff just because it's the holiday, it's Christmas time, whatever. I set myself a little budget. I say like, here's what I'm willing to spend on Christmas decor this year. And then once I hit that threshold, I'm done, because I'm not going overboard and crazy by putting in a ton of money into something that I put a ton of money into last year and the year before and I'll do next year. Absolutely not. So don't be afraid not to buy new things and just to get crafting and make some things yourself. Let's talk about something else that is so tacky and we can just leave in the past, and those are signs. I talk about this all of the time, that like we don't need to be decorating with words all over the house. And I think there's a limited amount you can kind of get away with. Like one little sign that says Christmas is kind of cute, but then we can leave it to that one sign. We don't need them everywhere. We don't need a sign that says like Christmas tree farm. Is it though? Is it a Christmas tree farm? Because I don't see the trees. What's the tea? What's happening? You want to make sure that your decor just makes more sense than that. But something I really love for the holidays that I think is really amazing and is kind of in that same sign category are calendars and advent calendars. I love them. They're interactive. You can change them up. I never know what the actual date is, so having them is like keeping me on my toes, and you get to the point where you're like, oh look, it's December 17th and I still haven't done any Christmas shopping. I should get that done. And you can put a little something in there, like a little Christmas treat that the kids will enjoy, and I think that's really fantastic. Plus, reminding yourself what day it is and how much time you have left to get everything done for the holidays is always a good idea. You know what's a really good idea? Giving this video a like and hitting that subscribe button, joining the LeChic family, and while you're at it, turn that bell notification on to get notified every time I upload. I also would love if you shared with me in the comment section after you have done so that I can personally welcome you to the channel. Subscribing is a great idea, but glitter is never. I do not like glitter. You all know this, and Christmas is just a time where you cannot get away from it. Literally everything has glitter on it. I don't care if it's some mass-produced, shatterproof, cheap ornaments or some really expensive handmade pieces, they have glitter on them. It's just like impossible to get away from. So be mindful of what you're buying and how much glitter that has, because it gets everywhere. There are obviously environmental factors to concern yourself with, but on top of all of that, just think of the personal struggle you are faced with when it comes to glitter. My top tip for Christmas ornaments and decorations that have that glitter on them, take a little bit of hairspray and go over them. It seals all of that glitter in and helps it to stay on the ornament and off of everything in your house. Because we all know glitter is that one thing that when it gets somewhere, it is not going anywhere. I love a little sparkle for Christmas, and if you are the person that you're like, Garrett, I absolutely 100% will not do glitter whatsoever, I completely love that for you. I love it for me. I just have ornaments that have glitter already that I am still holding on to because they're still good, but consider replacing them with crystals. I buy online chandelier crystals and then put them on ornament hooks and hang them on my tree. It gets me that sparkle. It gets me something that's really beautiful and high quality and will last me for a very long time. And it doesn't involve glitter whatsoever. Because crystal, it looks a little bit like a water droplet on the tree. It adds a bit of sparkle. It's a really great way to get a lot of impact with a very little piece. Let's talk about something that I notice right away as a mistake. I see whenever I'm looking at Christmas decor, whether it's in photos or people's houses, it just drives me absolutely insane. And that is when your greenery doesn't match or doesn't have consistency to it, doesn't make sense. Like if you're gonna have a flocked tree, we'll talk about that later, you need to have like the garlands around the space also be flocked. If it was snowing on the tree, it's snowing in the rest of the room. Like it doesn't make sense for it not to have snowed there if it snowed somewhere else. Like the greenery has to match. And I would go as far as to look for specific species of greenery that makes sense. Whether that is real or faux, you want it to look like it all came from the same place. And that's the goal. You know, I always recommend collecting and curating, and I think you should do the same thing when it comes to Christmas decor. Every year, like I said, I treat myself to a little bit. I set a budget and then I buy for that. So if you keep that mentality, you end up with a lot of different things. So keep that in mind when you're looking, that you want to see, what do I already have? What type of greenery is that? Because you want it to match so it makes a little bit of sense. And keep it to a room, keep it to the entire house. That's what I do. I have the same greenery outside my house as I have inside, and I always do a faux garland, but I get a real tree every year. So I want the garland to look like the same type of greenery as the tree. It just makes so much more sense, because when you've got a bunch of mismatched stuff everywhere, it looks like Christmas threw up all over the place. And while some of us love that, we love that you're taking the effort to decorate, we want to have a little bit of that consistency, so be on the lookout for it. I think I just mentioned a flock tree, and we need to talk about it because flocking gets everywhere. It gets absolutely everywhere. If you're like flocking a tree this year and you take it down and put it away, you're gonna be covered in flocking. It's gonna be all over the place, the fake snow. And then next year when you go to set it back up, once again, everything is gonna be covered in it. And there is no going back. Once you flock a tree, once you flock a garland, it's not coming back to being green again. You're not getting all of the flocking off of it. It can be very messy. Now, I don't mind the look of it. I think it's actually kind of pretty. It looks very classic, and if you like that more minimal look and style, you don't like to have a ton of ornaments, flocking really fills up a tree and makes it look very full. If you're getting a fake tree because you don't want the maintenance of a real tree, like all of the falling pine needles, why would you flock a tree just to have all of the falling flocking? Makes no sense to me, but the look is there. It's on point for me. So I do like that, and I think it's worth looking into if you really enjoy the look of it, but just be mindful of the maintenance of it, because nobody wants to have like a total mess on top of all of the other stuff you have going on with the holidays. You don't want your cat, your dog bumping into the tree, getting covered in it, dragging it all over the house. Absolutely not. So flocking for me is not something I'm going to do probably ever, but I do enjoy the look of it in other people's houses where I don't have to clean up after it in. Well, I don't know that it's worse on a real tree. I mean, you have the same issues. I mean, on a real tree, you're gonna have flocking falling off and the pine needles falling off, and you have to water it. Like all of that on top of itself, like absolutely not. Now, speaking of the holidays, you all have been asking, everybody wants to know and see, where is Santa's little helper, the precious little baby boy, Albert? Let me grab him because he's got something he wants to show you. Oh, there he is, everybody's favorite little Christmas pup. Oh, yes. Oh, look at your cute little Christmas hat, Albert. Do you love it? Yes, you know. You know you're the boss. You know you're the boss of this family with your little baby Christmas hat. Oh no, you don't love it, but you love to cuddle up in this cold weather. Oh, okay, buddy. We'll see you later. I know, Albert was so cute with his little hat, but something that's not cute for Christmas are metallic trees. As a matter of fact, I don't really like colored trees at all. I like my tree to be green because that's the color that trees grow. I know that people really like white Christmas trees. People really like metallic and pink trees. I've even seen blue trees. I actually have a black Christmas tree that I use every year for Halloween, but why would anyone want a black Christmas tree? It's a little bit much. It's a commitment for me. The holidays for me are all about being like warm and cozy and having those classic vibes. So when I see like a gold tree, it's like, it's a lot. There's a lot happening here. You could have just got a green tree and did gold ornaments. It's a little more classic. Referencing back to nature is always a good idea. Whether you get a real tree or a faux tree, definitely consider getting a green tree because that's the color that trees are, and it lends a softness to the space. When you have a ton of Christmas stuff happening all over the place, like you've got your tree all decked out, you've got the garlands, you've got this, you've got that, you've got little stockings hung, it gets to be a lot. And when you have those really cool or harsh tones or really vibrant tones, it can overwhelm a space. I definitely recommend getting a green tree because they're just super classic and timeless, especially if you are opting to invest in a faux tree. These are very expensive and they're made to last a while if you get a really good quality one, which is what you want to do so you're not adding just like a big chunk of fake plastic tree to a landfill. So definitely consider getting something classic if you are making a big investment in the holidays. The next thing we have to talk about is a little bit of a reference to what we said before, and that is take the commercialization out of the holidays, out of Christmas. Do not be afraid to DIY. Do not be afraid to set yourself a limit, a budget. Let me tell you what, when I was in college, every year my school decorated this really gorgeous historic mansion and gardens, okay? And we would branch off into teams and everybody would take a room and we'd get a theme. So one year the theme might be a winter wonderland, and the next year it might be like a traditional Christmas or birds or something. And the school would be like, here's a fake tree, here's some garland and a box of Christmas decor. You have $25 to make it work. And every year we turned it out. We would make things, we'd craft things, we'd DIY things, we'd dry florals and use them. It was always a really fun experience, but we were also able to do so much so affordably. So you can do that in your home. Maybe you set yourself a budget this year and a theme, and then you do the same thing next year and you switch it up every year, but you limit yourself to what you're spending. You do not have to go wild and crazy investing in everything. However, if you are going to go all out and you really want some amazing quality pieces, look for them that are handmade from small businesses. I always recommend that. I absolutely love getting really one-off, interesting, unique ornaments and pieces for my tree. Every time I travel somewhere, I get one. Like my husband and I went to Alaska this year and I got one that was a blue whale, a handmade, painted, everything blue whale. So interesting, unique, a one-off piece that I absolutely love. It was a little bit more expensive, but I felt comfortable because it was a one-off, because it was handmade. You do not need to go to a big box store and just buy a bunch of expensive stuff. Look for those smaller places, artisans. Go on Etsy and have a search and look around. There are a ton of people that are hand making things and selling them. I absolutely love that, so be sure you are mindful of where you're putting your money, especially during the holiday time. Speaking of limiting yourself and what you are spending, we need to talk about everything being brand new. You do not have to buy everything brand new at all in your homes. I love to mix new and modern with vintage and antique, and you should do the same thing when it comes to Christmas decorations. Don't be afraid to look for antique ornaments and vintage pieces. People actually sell them in lots online, and you can just get, 20, 30, 50 pieces all at once for a pretty good deal in comparison to what you would have spent on those brand new. Don't be afraid to go into those antique stores and thrift stores and look at what they have. There's nothing wrong with getting something that someone already had because it has a little bit of character, a little bit of history on it. And I also always recommend you layer and bring in the things you already have in your home into all of your decorating. Or go to those antique stores and those vintage shops and look for something cool, something different, unexpected. That's always a way to build so much character into a space, and you have one-offs. Maybe you have them, you've inherited some antique ornaments or vintage pieces from a family member. I absolutely love that, and don't be afraid to use them. Don't be afraid to not buy everything new, to not have vintage in your space, and not to incorporate the things you already have in your other home decor into your holiday decorations. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure you share with me in the comment section down below. What is one piece of Christmas decor that you think everybody needs, that you have? Maybe you made it, maybe it's vintage, antique, you found it somewhere that you're so excited about it for. Share with me in the comment section down below because I want to hear from you. Be sure you give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. I also know that you know someone that they are the queen of wasting during the holiday season and Christmas, and they have everything going on everywhere. They're constantly going out and buying everything new, and it's too much and a little bit tacky. Share this video with them because friends help friends, and I will see you in the next one.